Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going on a journey today to the Emerald Fields of Bihar to uncover one of the most astonishing Buddhist monuments hiding in plain sight. Seriously, we are looking at a structure that is a marvel not just of ancient devotion, but of profound architectural genius. A genius we're literally still unearthing today. To truly grasp the magnitude of the mystery we're dealing with, you have to picture a colossal structure. We're talking 400 feet in diameter at its base and towering over 100 feet tall. Just think about the engineering required to build something of that sheer volume, entirely out of brick, centuries and centuries before modern construction equipment even existed. It's an absolute giant, just looming right there over the countryside. Section 3, a monumental mystery, one of the world's largest stupas. So this is Kesariya. Strategically situated about 110 kilometers northwest of Patna, it sits nestled right between two incredibly vital Buddhist sites, Vaishali and Kushinagar, and its massive brick walls hold these incredible historical secrets that tie together ancient empires, wandering pilgrims, and, well, the Buddha himself. Section 4, Legends of the Buddha, the journey from Vaishali to Kushinagar. To really understand Kesariya, we have to look back at the very life of the Buddha. According to early texts, after delivering his last sermon at Vaishali, he announced his approaching state of nirvana and departed for Kushinagar. But the people of the town, known as the Lichavi clan, they were just devastated. They actually followed him, completely refusing to part ways. Finally, the Buddha persuaded them to turn back, and to comfort them, he presented his very own alms bowl as a parting memento. Now, you might be wondering, what makes Kesariya so incredibly rare? Well, it's what we call a polygonal stupa. You see, while many famous stupas around the world are saririka, which means they contain the actual physical bodily relics of the Buddha or his disciples, Kesariya falls into a different, very specific category. A polygonal stupa is built specifically to house personal belongings. So in this case, it was built by the Lichavis right on this spot to honor and safeguard that precious alms bowl. Section 6, the Chakravarti king tradition, dueling histories. But here's the thing. The alms bowl isn't the only legend buried beneath these ancient bricks. We actually have competing stories regarding who the site truly honors, which gives us this wonderful, complex puzzle of overlapping narratives. This fascinating contrast between two distinct historical memories is just so cool. On one hand, we have the ancient Chinese traveler Huan from the 7th century. He recorded that this stupa was built over the exact spot where the Buddha announced his previous existence as a Chakravarti Raja, a bodhisattva named Mahadeva. But then, on the other hand, the local folklore calls the mound Raja Ben Kadora, attributing it to a supreme king of India known as Raja Ben Chakravarti. The great archaeologist Alexander Cunningham actually believed these were two versions of the exact same ancient story, just twisted and morphed over time. Section 8, Ancient Records and Rediscovery, Unearthing the Giant. So, you might be asking yourself, how exactly does a 400-foot wide structure just get lost and then found again? How did the modern world piece together the story of this monumental site over the centuries? Well, let's track our historical detectives. It all begins with early Chinese pilgrims, like Fa Hian in the 5th century, who noted a pillar at the site, and then Huansang in the 7th century, documenting the stupa itself. Fast forward over a millennium to 1835, when a British official named B.H. Hodgson published a sketch of the mound. By the 1860s, the so-called father of Indian archaeology, Alexander Cunningham, stepped in for some brief excavations. But the real heavy lifting? That didn't start until 1998, when the Archaeological Survey of India, led by K.K. Mohammed, began the massive, ongoing excavations that are slowly revealing the site's true, staggering scale. Section 10, Architectural Marvels in Brick, Layer by Layer. Let's conceptually brush away the dirt here and examine the spectacular, unprecedented brick architecture hidden beneath the soil. This is where ancient builders utilized concepts that, surprisingly, closely mirror our modern structural engineering principles. So the absolutely crucial point here is how the stupa physically evolved. Much like a modern skyscraper relies on deep, phased foundation work to support immense loads, the Kesariya Stupa was built in structural phases. It started with an older 1st to 2nd century foundation. Then, during the Gupta period around the 5th and 6th centuries, they added the main brickwork. They stacked a highly unique polygonal base and at least 7 circular floors right on top of that ancient foundation. And to top the whole thing off, they engineered a solid brick capping tower that originally reached 80 to 90 feet high. I mean, distributing the immense weight of a solid brick tower across 7 spreading circular floors and a 400-foot polygonal base, that is an absolute masterclass in load-bearing engineering. And the crazy part is, it wasn't just functionally strong, it was incredibly beautiful. Scholar Ishani Sinha really captures the aesthetic brilliance of the site. She notes that excavations revealed an 80-centimeter wide staircase on the southwest corner connecting the upper terraces. And what's amazing is that the staircase was cleverly concealed by polygonal designs. It's a brilliant piece of spatial management. The gaps between the cell shrines were filled with elegant stellate or star-shaped serrated patterns. This marks a massive evolution in stupa architecture, flawlessly blending heavy structural support with highly refined aesthetics. Now, the ongoing excavations continue to reveal stunning artistic details. We're finding colossal stucco Buddha images on almost every single terrace. The decorative niches show distinct traces of Gupta architecture, and the artwork is of such high quality it's totally comparable to the great ancient centers like Vikramshila and Nalanda. And the site's influence spread outwards too. At a nearby mound known as Rani Was, excavations uncovered an old temple with another colossal Buddha and an ancient monastic establishment linked to a queen. It wasn't just a monument, it was a massive, thriving spiritual complex. Which brings us to a huge, mind-bending realization. Knowing that this massive 400-foot giant has still only been partially excavated, we just have to wonder what other ancient secrets are waiting to be brought to the surface. If what we've found so far completely reshapes our understanding of ancient architectural engineering and Buddhist history, what else lies asleep beneath those emerald fields? I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this explainer, and I encourage you to keep questioning what monumental mysteries might be hiding right under our feet.